Nissan Leaf investment analysis. Is this electric car a smart buy for the next 5-10 years? Introduction. Electric vehicles have changed the way people think about cars. For decades, a car was simply a tool for transportation. But today, some vehicles are becoming long-term financial decisions. Buyers are now asking a different question. Can the car I buy today still hold strong value 5 or even 10 years later? One vehicle that deserves serious attention in this discussion is the Nissan Leaf. As one of the first mass-market electric cars introduced by Nissan Motor Company, the Leaf helped shape the modern EV industry. But beyond its technology and affordability, many investors are starting to wonder whether this electric hatchback could also represent a smart, long-term investment opportunity. Before we dive deeper, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming car investment analysis videos, where we explore vehicles that could hold value or even become profitable in the future. Now let's explore the past, present, and future investment potential of the Nissan Leaf. Section 1. The origin of the Nissan Leaf. The Nissan Leaf first entered the global automotive market in 2010, making it one of the first truly mass-produced electric vehicles available to everyday consumers. At that time, electric vehicles were still considered experimental. Charging infrastructure was extremely limited. Battery technology was expensive, and most buyers were skeptical about owning an EV. Despite these challenges, Nissan made a bold decision to launch the Leaf as an affordable electric hatchback. This decision positioned the company as one of the early pioneers of the EV revolution alongside manufacturers like Tesla and General Motors. The first-generation Leaf offered modest performance and a relatively small battery pack. But its biggest advantage was simplicity. It was quiet, efficient, and far easier to maintain than traditional gasoline vehicles. This foundation helped create a strong reputation for the Leaf in global markets. Section 2. Market demand. 10 years ago, around 2014 to 2016, the demand for the Nissan Leaf was growing steadily but remained limited compared to gasoline cars. Average new price during that time ranged between $29,000, $35,000. However, many buyers in the United States benefited from government incentives, reducing the effective purchase price significantly. At that stage, the Leaf was mostly purchased by technology enthusiasts, environmentally conscious drivers, early adopters of electric vehicles. But investors were not yet considering EVs as long-term financial assets. Most buyers simply wanted to reduce fuel costs and support cleaner transportation. Because of this limited demand, resale values were relatively weak during those early years. Section 3. The last 5 years of Nissan Leaf market performance. The last 5 years have been extremely important for electric vehicles. Global interest in EVs has increased dramatically due to several factors: rising fuel prices, environmental awareness, government incentives, advancements in battery technology. During this period, the Nissan Leaf experienced a noticeable shift in market demand. Approximate market prices, last 5 years. 20 beeps any Nissan Leaf. Average price, $31,000, $37,000 new. Used value after 3 years, $18,000, $22,000. 2021 Nissan Leaf. Average new price, $32,000, $38,000. Used value, $20,000, $24,000. 2022 Nissan Leaf. Average price, $33,000, $39,000. Used market demand increased as fuel prices rose. 2023 Nissan Leaf. Price range, $34,000, $40,000. Demand improved due to EV popularity. 2024-2025 Nissan Leaf. New price range, $31,000, $40,000 depending on trim. However, dealership discounts and incentives often reduce the purchase price significantly. Section 4. Why investors are paying attention. While the Nissan Leaf has traditionally been viewed as an affordable commuter car, investors are now paying closer attention to several key factors. 1. Depreciation creates opportunity. Electric vehicles tend to depreciate faster than many gasoline cars during the first few years. At first glance, this may seem like a disadvantage, but for investors, depreciation can create opportunities to buy valuable technology at a lower cost. For example, a Nissan Leaf that originally cost $35,000 may sell for $15,000, $18,000 after several years. For buyers looking for affordable electric transportation, this represents excellent value. 2. Low running costs. One of the biggest advantages of owning the Leaf is its extremely low operating cost. Electric vehicles eliminate many traditional expenses such as engine oil changes, transmission servicing, complex exhaust systems, This simplicity makes EVs attractive for long-term ownership. For investors who plan to hold a vehicle for several years, lower maintenance costs can improve overall financial efficiency. 3. Growing demand for affordable EVs. While premium electric vehicles from Tesla dominate headlines, many buyers cannot afford them. This creates strong demand for affordable electric vehicles like the Nissan Leaf. As EV adoption increases globally, entry-level electric cars could remain highly desirable in the used market. Section 5. Driving experience and practical value. From a driving perspective, the Nissan Leaf focuses on refinement and usability rather than excitement. The electric motor delivers around 200 horsepower, providing smooth acceleration without the noise or vibration of a gasoline engine. Compared to traditional compact cars such as the Nissan Rogue or Nissan Sentra, the Leaf feels quieter and more refined during everyday driving. The absence of a conventional transmission also improves comfort. Instead of gear shifts, acceleration is continuous and smooth. For commuters who spend hours in traffic, this experience can be surprisingly relaxing. Section 6. Interior and practical features. Inside the cabin, the Nissan Leaf offers a simple but practical design. The dashboard uses soft touch materials and fabric accents to create a modern appearance without increasing cost. Physical controls remain available for most functions, making the car easier to use than many touchscreen-heavy electric vehicles. Rear seat space is generous for a compact hatchback. Families can comfortably install child seats in the back, and the hatchback design allows large cargo items to fit easily. This practicality increases the Leaf's appeal in the used car market. Section 7. Risks. Every investor should understand. Despite its advantages, investing in electric vehicles also carries certain risks. Battery technology evolves rapidly, which means older EV models can lose value when new technology becomes available. Another concern involves repair costs. Unlike traditional cars, EV repairs often require specialized parts and trained technicians. In some cases, major repairs such as battery cooling systems or climate control components can cost several $1,000s. For investors considering used EVs, researching repair history and battery condition is extremely important. Section 8. Future demand for the Nissan Leaf, next 5 years. Looking ahead, the demand for affordable electric vehicles is expected to grow. Several global trends support this prediction. Stricter emission regulations, expansion of charging infrastructure, rising fuel costs, increasing EV adoption. Because the Nissan Leaf is already well-known and widely available, it may remain one of the most accessible entry points into electric vehicle ownership. In the next 5 years, used Leaf models could continue to attract buyers seeking low-cost EV transportation. Section 9. Price forecast for the next 5-10 years. While predicting exact prices is impossible, analysts generally expect used EV values to stabilize as the market matures. For example, a Leaf purchased today for $20,000 could still retain $10,000, $12,000 value after several years depending on battery health and mileage. Although this may not represent massive profit, it can offer low depreciation compared to many gasoline vehicles. For investors who prioritize affordable transportation with minimal running costs, this can still be a financially sound decision. Conclusion. The Nissan Leaf represents one of the most important milestones in the evolution of electric vehicles. It helped introduce millions of drivers to electric transportation and continues to serve as one of the most affordable EV options in many markets. From an investment perspective, the Leaf may not become a high-value collector's car like certain luxury vehicles. However, its strong practicality, low operating costs, and growing demand for affordable EVs make it an interesting option for buyers who want reliable transportation without excessive financial risk. For investors willing to understand the EV market and carefully evaluate battery condition, the Nissan Leaf could still offer meaningful value in the years ahead.